Good evening, everyone. Welcome in to the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week presented by WKRG. Tonight, live from Pritchard, it's the Murphy Panthers and the Vigor Wolves in a ball game that will conclude the regular season of 2013. Hi again, everyone. Doug Holton along with my partner tonight, Russ Wood. And Russ, it's been a tough week for the Vigor Wolves as they were disqualified from the postseason by the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
Yeah, it's the kids are had their anticipation of making it to the playoffs, and for this to come up is pretty traumatic for them, and it's going to be interesting to see how they react.
It will indeed tonight. As for the Murphy Panthers, they've had a pretty good football season, but decimated by injuries, and it looks like DePriest Turner, their quarterback, will be out tonight with an ankle.
You know, it's that time of the year. It's the last game. They've got the playoffs next week, so hopefully the young man can get well. That game is important, but they're all important. To the kids, they want to win, so the backups are going to have to step up.
We'll look forward to a great ball game tonight, and we'll get back for the opening kickoff between Vigor and Murphy right after this short timeout.
I'm Ashley Rich, Mobile County District Attorney. The failure to obey school bus safety laws will cost you. It can cost you up to a $3,000 fine and the loss of your driving privileges.
But more than that, it could cost the life of a child. That's why the Mobile County Public School System is urging you to stop and obey all bus traffic laws. Hi, I'm Pat Mitchell, Director of Transportation for the Mobile County Public School System. We're asking you to obey all bus safety laws. It could save a life. Remember, stop ahead when you see red. Our future depends on it.
And back at Pritchard Stadium as we await the opening kickoff between the Vigor Wolves and the Murphy Panthers. And Russ, an exciting football game tonight. Anytime you have two great schools like this, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, this is a lot of tradition in this county, Mobile County, and being in this, historic stadium of Pritchard and, Vigor, with their history, Murphy having the history, way back in the day. So there's a lot of tradition and there's a lot of memory, memorable games between these two. So, these young men probably don't embrace it as much as the alumni do, but it's a fun game to watch.
Absolutely. Tremendous tradition on both sides of the field here. And the Vigor marching band leading us into the kickoff tonight. As we mentioned, the Wolves ineligible for the postseason, so this is their finale, and I'm sure they want to put on a great show.
Absolutely. This is their playoff. This is their state championship run game right now. This is their opportunity to, to prove to people, they were anticipating making it to the playoffs. They had made the playoffs, and unfortunately the Alabama High School Association, had a violation that was exposed here late in the season, and they're not going to be available.
And the Murphy Panthers, coached by Ron Lee on the far side of the football field. And there you can see some of the region standings as the Spanish Fort Toros, of course, are undefeated and ranked atop the 5A standings.
Yep, Spanish Fort's had a good run this year. St. Paul's and Vigor right behind them, and here you have McGill, Tulane, and Blunt with Murphy, finishing third in Region 1 and 6A. So we got a 6A and a 5A, classic going on here.
Two dangerous guys back to return the kickoff for the Murphy Panthers. As you can see, Sam Dixon back there, and also Michael Hudson. Expecting Cameron May to start at quarterback for the Panthers tonight, but we'll see what happens here at Pritchard Stadium.
Typical kind of bunch set on the kickoff, and you never know if they're going to kick that onside or kick it deep, so you always have to be prepared.
And we're underway. That's going to be Dixon that watches it sail out of bounds, and the flags fly. And the Panthers will take over 1st and 10 with good field position.
Absolutely. You never want to start off with a kickoff and, going out of bounds with that flag. That's like an extra first down right there.
Yeah, unless you're really scared of the returners.
Unless there's a time and a place to do that for sure.
All right, we see Cam May trotting on at quarterback, and the Murphy Panthers start out in the spread formation. Let's see what they do on first down. May's going to keep it up the middle, and he will be sacked for a loss. Looked like Lang and company in there on the tackle.
Yeah, they were in the typical, spread formation with number 14, Colin Barrett, his little H-back hidden behind the tackle, and they just, Vigor guys just made a good play on that trap play.
Brings up 2nd and long for the Panthers. 2nd and about 11. Again, they go with 4 wideouts. And Cameron May, very dangerous player in the backfield. He keeps to the near side, tries to get outside, but he's going to be knocked out of bounds once again by DeCardo Rivers on the near sideline.
Yeah, Justin Mosley, the inside linebacker, came through and forced the play wide, and that's what you want your linebacker to do is to disrupt that speed option or that speed wide play, and then your cornerback cleans it up.
And just what the Wolves wanted on the first possession defensively. They got Murphy in a 3rd and long here. Just underway at Pritchard Stadium. And Dixon goes in motion. Cameron May over the middle. And he's got his man there for the first down and more. That's Michael Hudson all the way down to the 44-yard line of the Vigor Wolves.
Caught the inside slide over the middle, 2-deep zone, and, what a great play. It happens when you have the spread with 2 wide receivers on both sides. You leave your middle vulnerable, and May did a great job of finding that slot receiver on the skinny post, as they call it.
Michael Hudson on the reception. A little different formation for the Panthers here, and there goes Dixon to the wide side. He's got some yardage, and he is going to go the distance for the touchdown. Don't see any flags on the play, and the Panthers take a 6-0 lead in the opening stanza of play.
Yeah, they lined up with a tight end, H-back, and a fullback on that formation, and defensive back got blocked by a great wide receiver, and Dixon, made a great cut right there and fooled the defensive back. He made a head fake in and went down the sideline.
Good start for the Panthers, and we'll see if they can add the extra point here as Dias will try to kick it up and in. A low kick, but he gets it through there. And the Murphy Panthers take the 7-0 lead on the Vigor Wolves. We'll be right back in just a minute. You're watching the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week presented by WKRG.
I transferred to Vigor High School halfway through my sophomore year, and the curriculum there, the instructors, teachers, the whole thing was just a shock to me. At Vigor, you were encouraged to critically think, and so I was just well-grounded to move on into college football and then on into the NFL. Well, for me, Vigor High School was the start. It's where I started, and I'm very proud of that.
Back at Pritchard Stadium, the Murphy Panthers strike early here. Doug Holton along with Russ Wood, and Russ, the Panthers got just what they were looking for there and a 7-0 lead.
Absolutely. They came out with the spread for 3 plays and then came back with the tight end and the fullback and loaded up the quick sweep, and running back made a great play and had really good downfield blocking.
There's a kickoff, fielded at the 20. And number 25 on the return, Cameron Cole, gets it about to the, let's see where they're going to mark him, about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, Kendrick Hayes made a good tackle down there, coming down to keeping him contained in there and bottled it up, and that's what you do on the kickoff. You don't want them going, breaking that line of containment.
So the Wolves start 1st and 10, and I know you've had a chance to see their quarterback, Devin Adams, a little bit this season.
Absolutely. Saw him against the Spanish Fort, and saw him last year, and what a good-looking prospect, and what he does and what he brings to the table.
Wolves spread it out as well. Handoff up the middle to Flowers, and he gets a couple of yards before he is knocked down at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Terrence King made a good play there from the linebacker position. Came up at just a regular dive read play, and we'll see that a lot tonight.
Second down at about 7 for the Wolves. Adams barking instructions in the backfield, and here we go. Again, up the middle for a couple of yards. It looks like Flowers once again. They might give him the 33, which will bring up third and about 5 for Vigor.
Yeah, that was Trance King again, making the play with a whole host of Murphy Panthers from the second level.
3rd and 4 or 5 here, Russ, and decision time for the Vigor offense, run or pass.
Well, I think they're going to probably do play action. They're probably going to give the quarterback an opportunity to make that decision on a read play. Well, he went straight back.
Adams goes back, throws to the near sidelines, incomplete as he tried to get Keontae McCants at the 40-yard line, and that'll bring up 4th down and perhaps a punting situation for Vigor, but you never know.
Looks like they're contemplating it a little bit. You got 4, looks like a little less than 5 yards, 4.5 yards maybe, and it's on your side of the field. It's a tough call right here. You got to have a lot of confidence in your offense. Looks like the punter's coming out.
As we mentioned, they've got very little to lose in the ball game tonight, but they will kick it away.
Well, you got to imagine they're going to see a few chances. They're going to take a few breaks and see what they can do.
Samuel Green boots it, and nobody back deep for the Panthers, so they were perhaps expecting some trickery. But Murphy will take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line, leading this one 7-0. Glad you're with us here at Pritchard Stadium tonight. Doug Holton along with Russ Wood, former Alabama defensive end. And Russ, great to have you along here.
Hey, appreciate it, Doug. Glad to be here. Grew up with a football family. Dad coached for 30 years, and if I'm not watching a game on Friday night, I feel kind of lost. So it's exciting to be here.
All right, Panthers on 1st down. It's Dixon to the far side. He's going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss of about 3 or 4, and the sweep not working there for Murphy.
Yeah, Charles Crawford, number 20, came up from the rover position, kept good outside containment. They stretched the play wide and subsequently made a play for a loss. So now they got 2nd and very long.
2nd and long, 8:25 left in the opening quarter here. Here's May again, handing it off inside for very short yardage again, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. Looked like the old scissors play there.
Yep. Had an edge back and a full back to the short side of the field and that inside slot, and kind of went with a counter back to the wide side of the field. But it looks like Vigor wasn't fooled at all.
Michael Hudson on the carry there. It brings up 3rd down and long, and the Panthers will spread it out here. Cam May scrambles away. This is when he's dangerous. Can he pick up the 1st down? It looks like he will at the 40-yard line by about 4 or 5 yards, and Cam May showing his athletic ability right there.
Absolutely, but Cam with the opportunity to go on to the playoffs, he needs to learn how to get out of bounds right there. He introduced himself to number 2, Arthur Quinley. I think was expecting him to run out of bounds, and then he kind of lowered the shoulder. So
he copied that play from Nick Marshall.
I think so. But as your quarterback and you hanging your hat on him, you got to remember you got a whole season back in the bunch set with the H back and the fullback up there tight.
Panthers on their way to the playoffs next week. Here's May again, complete to number 3, Michael Hudson, and he has big yardage. Still going all the way down to the 30-yard line, and Murphy looks to have found something on offense.
Yep, they're running that bunch set, and the number 3 just slipped out in the flats on the short side, and Michael Hudson just made a great break on the tackle and took it for another 10 yards. So Vigor's going to have to tighten up a little bit they're thinking run and they're playing play action.
Yep. They don't need to get down 14-0 early in this ball game. 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. Dixon split out to the wide side, the near side, I should say, as Cameron May keeps it up the middle for a couple of yards.
Yep, the old quarterback is like a little delayed draw. Justin Thornton made a good play there with the rest of the linebacker crew, and they read it all the way, and just what they call the naked quarterback draw. No help, just going right up there.
Right. Design play.
Exactly.
For Cameron May, and here he goes on 2nd down and about 8. To the near side, it's Dixon. Sam Dixon cuts it back once, twice, inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line is Sam Dixon.
Yep, came across on the speed sweep and cut it back. They had great containment, cut it back across the field, and DJ Williams made a great play to save a touchdown right there.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers one more time as they mark it right on the 15-yard line. Four wideouts. May once again keeps it up the middle on the quarterback keeper, and the pile still moving, but the whistle finally blows. It looks like it's going to be a short gain of 1.
The quarterback sneak again, the quarterback delayed a draw, and I think Vigor I think they're reading that inside draw. They've made a pretty good stop on both times they've run it, so he might have to look at the outside. It looks like the inside linebackers are doing a pretty good job of staying at home, and big number 77, the nose tackles, is doing a good job of keeping that line in bay.
They've got 4 nice linebackers in there, the Vigor Wolves, and 2nd down and about 8.5 for the Murphy Panthers. Here's the reverse, and again it's Michael Hudson with some running room. Flags fly as the Vigor Wolves get him down about the 10-yard line. See what the referees indicate here. And it's holding against the Panthers, so that'll set them back a few yards. You could see that one develop on the outside. The referee down at the 5-yard line throwing the flag.
Absolutely. And usually when you have
on the offense, that's 10 yards from the end of the run. We'll replay 2nd down.
So the Panthers will get another shot at 2nd down, but from much further back outside the 20-yard line this time.
Yep, if you notice, Murphy's, trying to, run the game plan away from Justin Thornton, the quick defensive end, who's kind of playing in a 2-point stance, and he's running all over the field right now.
Here's May outside again. He's going to run it, got some room, down to the 15, and perhaps the 13-yard line before he is hauled out of bounds.
By Justin Thornton, on good pursuit, and, trying to, they're trying to run around him or run away from him. And, the Auburn commitment does a good job of stacking things up on that side of the field.
As they say, you can't teach size or speed.
That's exactly right.
3rd down for the Panthers from the 13. Wide receivers all over the field. May looking, scrambles again, got plenty of room, and he's inside the 10 and down to the 3-yard line before he is upended by the Wolves, and that looks like another 1st down for the Murphy Panthers.
Typical, quarterback that with a lot of ability that can get on your edge and run, and, he got outside. Yep, number 9, DJ Williams, saved a touchdown. But we got a penalty, Doug.
Flag on the play, and let's see what that is as the referee will give us the indication.
Block in the back. On the offense, that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay 3rd down.
So another crucial mistake for the Murphy offense. Cameron May looks to have a lot of room on the outside, Russ, when he's scrambling.
Absolutely. When you got a guy like that, you've got to contain him. Or the Vigor defensive ends are trying to, but when he gets on that edge, it's easy for the holding penalty to come because your offensive tackles are trying to contain somebody that's already outside. So that's where you see a lot of that holding penalty come from athletic quarterbacks getting on the edge.
All right, 3rd down for the Panthers. Knocking on the door again. May looks to throw down the field. He's got his man Hudson inside the 10. to the 7-yard line and close to a first down. Let's see where they mark him. They're going to mark him a couple yards short. It's going to bring up fourth down, and the Panthers look like they're going.
Typical, tight end, fullback, H-back to the right side, short side of the field. Quarterback with athleticism goes that way and then dumps off with the delay pass. Looks like they're going for it.
Yep. 4th and 2. 3:30 to go in the opening quarter. And here is the handoff. Up the middle. It's Hudson again.
Nope.
Leaping his way into the end zone for the touchdown. No flags on the play, and the Panthers take a 13-0 advantage.
Just the typical spread them out and see if they spread with you, and then they counter back right up the middle of the field. Had an H-back to this side or fullback and made a good lead block in there, and it was a clean play.
Well, there's a big hole up the middle for the Panthers as Hudson made his way into the end zone, and once again William Dias on the extra point try. Little early start there.
Well, at least he blocked it, If you're going to jump off sides, go ahead and make it count.
Yep. He only jumped the count by 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Probably a penalty the Panthers would usually decline, but it looks like they mark it off. 3:22 to go in the first quarter, and the Panthers up by 2 touchdowns. They try to make it 14 again with William Dias here on the point after. And it is up and good. And Murphy leads Vigor here at Pritchard Stadium in the first quarter, 14-0. We'll be back in just a minute on the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WKRG. Stadium. Senior night here for the Vigor Wolves, and let's see if they can get something started right here. Again, the kick inside the 20-yard line fielded. Back up across the 30 to the 35-yard line is Cameron Cole, and the Panthers take him down there.
Looks like Tanner Miles made a good lick on him coming down on the kickoff coverage.
There's the replay as Cole takes it back up to the 35. Some nice second effort there. And let's see what Devin Adams can do for the Vigor Wolves. Everybody jumping off sides there, and we've got flags all across the field.
Looks like big number 74, Jamel Cole.
The offense remains first down.
So that'll back them up 5 yards, and they'll set it again at 1st and 15. Wolves trying to get something untracked here on offense as they trail at 14-zip. And the handoff up the middle for virtually no yardage, as again, that looked like Cole on the carry. And the Wolves will face a 2nd and 15.
Looks like Tavin Richardson came off the corner over here, playing outside linebacker at rover position, and made a good play on the inside read. Looks like he read it pretty good, but looks like Murphy's, ganging up with 5 on the line, and they're really coming after Vigor.
Here's Adams trying to throw it, scrambles out, going deep, and throws it over everybody's head, incomplete down at the 25-yard line. So 3rd and long now for the Vigor Wolves, and you've got to think, Russ, this is a very important play for their offense.
Absolutely, they got to get something going. They got to get a little, some positive play calling, positive, movement, and just get some attitude going. And you can tell they're down by 14, and they're just not quite in sync. 3rd and long, it's a tough play right here.
Been a tough week for the Wolves, and they face a tough 3rd down right here. Adams looks over the middle again, got his man down there, number 7, Keontae McCants, inside the 40 to the 37-yard line, and a crucial 1st down for the Vigor Wolves.
Absolutely, what a great play on the skinny post, deep in the middle of the secondary, and Ryland Kidd, if he doesn't make that play, it might have been 6 points. What a good play call, inside read on that 2 deep safeties.
And a great throw from Devin Adams. 1st down. And they looked like 2 guys had a hand on that handoff, and I think Adams kept it for about 5 or 6 yards. And a nice gain on 1st down.
Yep, that's one of your long reads. That's where your fullback or your halfback, he feels the ball, he clamps on it, the quarterback sees something, he tries to pull it out, and you kind of both go through the line of scrimmage.
Little I got it, you take it.
That's right.
2nd and short, 4 yards. Handoff up the middle, and big yardage for the Wolves here as Flowers takes it down inside the 15-yard line to about the 12, and another big 1st down.
Just another inside read. Absolutely, Flowers takes it right up the middle, and I think caught Murphy in a blitz with their backers coming on the outside, and they found the hole.
And there is Adams on the keeper again. Faked the handoff to Flowers, and he picks up 1 or 2, but it'll be 2nd and about 8 or 9.
Yeah, Gary Moore moved up right tackle, made a great play. He didn't take the fake on the read and stayed with the quarterback, and subsequently about a 1 yard, 2 yard gain.
And we were talking about Gary Moore before the football game. Looks like he has a future in college football.
Yep, it looks like he's been talking to Southern Miss. It looks like in Hattiesburg they might be getting
Adams throws out to the near side.
16.
Big reception and a touchdown for Jeremiah Howell into the end zone, and the Vigor Wolves are on the board 14-6 just before the end of the 1st quarter.
Yep, got inside slot with a little delay stalk play, and everybody went deep, and he waited, and they made a good play, and then he broke a tackle, and 6 points for the Vigor Wolves.
Jeremiah Howell, very quick receiver, as he eluded several tackles to get into the end zone for the touchdown, and now the point after coming for the Wolves. And it is up and good with 50 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Murphy leads it 14-7. You're watching the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WKRG.
It started for me when I went into the first grade. And then I went on to George Hall Elementary School, and from there to Williamson, where I graduated. The public school system, it had a great impact on me because not only did it prepare me academically for my future career, but it also prepared me for life. Because of its diversity of students and teachers, it really gave me a well-rounded education.
Back at Pritchard Stadium, we have a good one going here as we near the end of the first quarter. Murphy leading the Wolves of Vigor 14-7 as the Panthers prepare to go back on offense.
Yeah, Vigor in the bunch set on the kickoff, breakout, and you never know when they're going to kick that onside from that set. So here we go with a 14-7 lead.
Dixon looks like he'll be returning the kick from the 8-yard line. Got some room to the near side. Couldn't quite get out there, but returns it to the 25. And that's where the Panthers start 1st and 10 as we tick down here in the opening quarter.
Good coverage by Vigor. Went down, didn't get blocked on the middle wedge, and everybody stayed in their lanes, and that's what you got to do on the kickoff. You got to contain those speedy guys and keep them from getting those seams.
We talked a little about the Murphy offense. They haven't had a lot of long drives this season, but very explosive quarterback, obviously, Cameron May, and running backs and receivers. 1st and 10 from the 25. Dixon breaks loose for a first down across the 35 on the first play of the drive. Clock will stop momentarily, but 31 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a straight dive play off the tight end, H-back coming off that corner, and 12, 13 yards right off tackle.
1st and 10 at the 36. May spins, gives it to Hudson. He's got some room again. Can he break it? Across midfield and still going. Michael Hudson will take it to the house. And the Murphy Panthers, Russ, we talked about it as the clock is down at 2 seconds to go. Big plays have been the story offensively of their season.
Absolutely. Good second effort, breaks the initial line of scrimmage. 2 linebackers miss it, and the safety comes up, and gets a hand on him, and then he makes a great second effort on breaking that tackle. And what a great run by Michael Hudson.
Boy, what great balance by Hudson there. He didn't have to put his hand down, but kept that run alive.
And I guarantee you, Doug, he does that three-legged drill every day in practice, and there it paid off.
Absolutely. That one is blocked. Did it get through? Nope. As Dias kicked it a little low, got a hand on it, and the Panthers will stay at 20. They lead it 20-7 on the Vigor Wolves with 2.8 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, so we'll keep it right here. And Russ, Cameron May, Sam Dixon, Michael Hudson. Boy, we talked about them a lot, but very elusive, very talented skill players for the Murphy Panthers.
Absolutely, and you got to give a lot of credit to the big linemen, Zimmerman, Pardo, Hudson, Archie, and Hall doing a great job just, staying with their blocks. Vigor's got a good defensive line. They've got some kids, some D1 kids there, but they're staying with them, putting people on them, and Eric Archie and those guys are creating some seams, and that's all these guys need is a seam here and there, and next thing you know, it's in the end zone.
Just a quick ray of light. Eric Archie, the sophomore, on the offensive line. Panthers will kick it away, and again take it in just shy of the 20-yard line. A nice return out here by Jeremiah Howell out to near midfield, and that's where the Vigor Wolves will take over 1st and 10 when we come back for the second quarter. You're watching the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week presented by WKRG. starting to cool down a little bit.
On those artificial fields.
That's right. Flowers for a couple of yards there. The big guy there, number 7,
Mr.
Taylor Stallworth.
Yep. Murphy's outstanding defensive tackle, committed to, I believe,
South
Carolina. And what a player he is. And you tend to run away from him, and that's one of his strong points. He came across the center and came across the center of the field and make that play going away. So that's one of his strong points.
3rd and long. Adams looks, being pressured by Stallworth. Can he get away? He does. To the far side. Throws it downfield and in and out of the hands of Desharius Flowers at the 40-yard line. Would have been a first down, but now it's going to bring up a big 4th down at midfield.
Looked like a little Johnny Manziel running around there, making people miss and extending the play. And both quarterbacks tonight have that ability. And, what a great play he just made. And the young man just, right off the fingertips.
And again, the throw there and the catch in and out of the hands. 2 very athletic quarterbacks for Vigor and Murphy tonight. And speaking of that, Cameron May, check that. That's Dixon back at the 10-yard line. But the punt goes out of bounds at the 17, and the Panthers take over to try to get another touchdown here.
Like we were talking earlier about the opening kickoff going out of bounds. Sometimes on a punt, you don't want to punt to that guy.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're punting away from him.
Sam Dixon has had a very good season as well for the Panthers, and of course they're missing their quarterback tonight as Cameron May is filling in for DePriest Turner. Here's May. Hudson in motion, takes the handoff, and he'll get about 3 up to the 20-yard line, and that's it.
Yep, Montrez Lang, defensive end, number 57. He came across on the backside, and when he turned it up the middle, he was right there in the gap, checking down and taking the gaps away from the backside.
Vigor Wolves have to take that big play away from Murphy's offense. 2nd and 8 right here. 2 wideouts to the near side. May's going to keep it up the middle, scrambles a bit, only for a couple of yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Murphy.
Yep, the quarterback on the little delayed keeper, and 26 and 22, the guys, and 77 and Derek Perkins, they were not fooled. When you go between the tackles, when you rush in 5, you've got to break that seam.
Perkins looked like he was hobbling off there with an ankle. 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Here's May. Wants to throw it. Now he runs it. He's got his first down, and he's got
some room.
Huge yardage out to the near side. And they're going to catch him. Can he cut back?
Yep.
Out of bounds inside the 20-yard line is Cameron May. And once again, a huge play for that Murphy Panther offense.
Yep, Tyree Vine saves the day on a safety coming across and just cutting him off. But you got an athletic quarterback. You've got to keep him contained, and if he breaks that first line of defense, you just hope your secondary can catch up with him. And so far they've caught him a few times, but he's still making big plays.
You got to think that'll help Murphy in the postseason this year. With that big play ability, they can score from anywhere on the field.
Absolutely. And when you've got a quarterback, that's your backup. But when you can spread the defense out and run up the middle, you've got a pretty potent offense.
talking to Coach Ron Lee this week, he was telling me about all the injuries that the Panthers have had this season. It's amazing what they have had to endure. And as we mentioned, DePriest Turner sitting this one out tonight at quarterback, but Cameron May filling in quite nicely at this point. Timeout on the field as Murphy leads it 20-7. We'll take a short timeout. You're watching the MCPSS Game of the Week presented by WKRG.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. It's so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
That's the guy I work with. Who is?
Back at the stadium, Murphy Panthers knocking on the door again against the Vigor Wolves defense with 8:29 to go in the half. And you would think a must stop here for the Vigor Wolves.
Absolutely. They got to find some way to slow this offense down and contain them, hopefully, to 3 points and try and keep them out of the end zones.
Hudson in motion. May keeps it up the middle, and he is stacked up by 3 or 4 Wolves there.
Looks like number 22, Christopher Hughes, playing inside linebacker, stayed at home, and it looks like he might be on a little mirror technique, so he's watching that quarterback because he's made a couple of plays tonight so far and has moved into that linebacker spot.
And Arthur Quinney in on the play as well, the entire side of the Wolves defense.
You notice they're moving Justin Thornton from side to side. He's not just playing left and right. He's playing wide side, it looks like.
Trying to mix things up. Here's Cameron May going deep to Dixon. Got it at the goal line, and in for the touchdown is Sam Dixon, and the Murphy Panthers strike again to make it 26-7.
Just like we were talking about, when a quarterback can spread the field and he can get in and extend the play, and then he had a little play action. We have a penalty. No, we don't. Okay, and number 11 slipped down there, and the safety number 3 for Vigor just a step getting late up, getting over there late to break that play up, and another touchdown for Murphy. Looks like they're going for 2.
Sometimes those yellow shoes get in the way of the flags.
Yeah, it looked like a flag, but it was a shoe. You're exactly right. There's a couple of them out there with yellow shoes.
All right, Panthers going for 2 here. Trying to make it 28. May on the sweep, and he is going to walk into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And Murphy leads it 28-7 over the Vigor Wolves here in the second quarter of play.
2-point conversion. You had a tackle over. You had a tight end over.
Okay. All right, we'll be back to talk more about the Panthers offense after a short break. You're watching the MCPSS Game of the Week presented by WKRG. lead.
He's at Murphy.
All right, back in the stadium here. Murphy is taking control of this one against the Vigor Wolves. 7:42 to go here in the first half of play, and the Panthers leading it 28-7. Vigor in the spread once again. Adams looks, goes deep, got a man down there, and connects. Keontae McCants for the touchdown, and just like that, the Wolves bring it back to a 2-touchdown game.
We were talking about the quick strike for Murphy, and Vigor sets up, and the offensive line did a great job for Vigor and gave him plenty of time. And the longer you have time, the more you can get, your receivers can get open. And he just had beaten the cornerback down the sideline. What a great catch.
You were telling me about Devin Adams on the way over here because you had seen him play this year, and he's a guy that you can't give a lot of time to, and he extends those plays with his scrambling ability.
And he's got a very strong arm. He can throw it, it seems like the length of the stadium. And when you got a quarterback like that and you extend that play, a lot of times you think the wide receiver is going to run out of room because the quarterback can't get it to him, but this young man can still throw it, the distance. That was probably about a 55-yarder.
A beauty. The point after is up, but no good. And so the lead remains 28-13 with the Panthers on top. We'll take a short break and be right back here on the high school football game of the week.
For me, it started back in 1942 when my family moved to Mobile, and I began my high school career at Murphy High School. Today, it's so important to be able to ingrain in yourself what are you going to do in future life, and you need to be prepared. And so subsequently, everything at Murphy was very important in my life, and so it was instrumental in preparing me for future life and future profession that I wanted to be in.
And back at the stadium, we have a live look in here at the Baker LaFleur ball game, and had a chance to see the Hornets a couple times this year. They're up on LaFleur 14-0, Russ, and having an outstanding season.
Absolutely. I saw LaFleur play earlier this year. What a good-looking bunch. So Baker's finding a way to contain those guys. That's impressive.
Right here at Pritchard Stadium, the Vigor Wolves striking on the big play themselves. And they have cut the lead to 2 touchdowns as Dixon watches that one sail over his head, and the Panthers take over at the 20.
That's a dangerous move by Dixon, letting the ball. A lot of times you see it hit the end zones, and you know it's a touchback. But that one hit on about the 4-yard line, and that ball, I've seen them do the old wedge, and take the bounce the other way. And if it does that, that's a live ball. So it was kind of curious to see him kind of let that one go.
Yeah, especially with the bit of rain we had earlier today. You never know what the ball can do. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. 7:15 to go in the first half of play. Right up the gut, Cameron May for 2 or 3 yards, and a host of Vigor Wolves in there on the tackle. Looks like number 3, the last one to get up off the stack, Tyree Vines.
Tyree Vines, absolutely, and they're looking for that quarterback. You know, there's two options there: the speed read option to the wide side, and then the quarterback can come back to the opposite side, reading that outside linebacker. If he goes in, he goes the opposite way, and it's like Vigor's trying to dial that in.
Down close to 6 minutes in the first half. 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. There goes Hudson on the far side. Not much doing there, as he might have picked up one to bring up 3rd and 6.
Justin Thornton again trying to get outside his leverage zone, and he does a good job of containing that play and letting his inside linebackers clean up on it when the quarterback turned in.
So the Murphy Panthers trying to keep their momentum going here offensively as they lead it 28-13 over the Wolves, and trying to pick up some momentum heading into next week and the postseason. Cameron May wide open over the middle, but knocked away at the last minute by number 26, Justin Mosley. Nice play by the linebacker.
Yep, Colin Barrett, the tight end H-back for Murphy, doing a little seam route, 2 deep safeties. The middle's usually open. That's where you want to attack it, especially with a delayed little entry from the tight end, and almost got it just right off his fingertips.
So it brings up a punting situation for the Murphy Panthers, and Desharius Flowers standing back at his own 45-yard line, so the Wolves are going to get some good field position, you would think.
Absolutely, good stop for them. They needed this right before the half. A little momentum breaker here. If they get
kind of a sideways kick, Flowers picks it up, and he'll head back down the sidelines to about the 40, and looked like it might have been a late hit there, but no flag on the play.
Yep, good play. Kendrick Hayes coming across, good open field tackle, but you got to be careful right on that sideline when a young man's stepping on that sideline. It's all a matter of the way the referee sees it.
So with 5:35 to go, the Wolves have a chance to step right back into this ball game. Adams going to throw. Got his man at the 35. Nick Jackson about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Yep, good open field tackle by the cornerback Joe Smiley. Just a sit down route, stop route as they call it. Takes 6-8 yards and just turn around and wait for the ball. And what a good play by Vigor, and good open field tackle. Got a little momentum going with the Wolves now.
Yeah, the offense starting to find some things here late in the second quarter. Spread formation again. Adams wants to throw, dumps it off again, complete. Or just shy of the 30-yard line. Again, that's Jackson. Well, check that. Rogers on the catch, I think. And a first down for the Wolves.
There you go. The quarterback extending the play again. And, when he can do that, good things can happen.
MGM leading BC Rain 21-zip, as you see on the scoreboard. Handoff up the middle to Coleman. Not much there, perhaps a gain of 1.
Gary Moore again, tackle we talked about earlier, just making a great play. Play goes away, and he just falls down the line of scrimmage on the backside and cleans it up. Got an injured player, number 60.
Looks like Terry Eli here on the field.
Junior left guard.
Trainers attending to him. We'll take a short time out here as the Wolves try to pull closer at the end of the half. You're watching the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week presented by WKRG.
I went to Murphy High School. In fact, to this day, my blood bleeds blue and gold. To this day, some of my best friends are the high school football buddies that I had. We really had a wide array of classes available to us. All of my future relates back to the foundations that were given to me by the wonderful teachers and principals that I had when I was a kid.
All right, the Vigor Wolves there on the sidelines talking some strategy as the offense tries to pull closer in this one. 2nd and 9.5 from the 30. Over the middle, incomplete. Actually hit Nick Jackson in the back, as I think that pass was intended for Rogers, but sailed over his head, and his buddy was out there trying to block for him.
Yep. That's your double slots over here. The outside slot's going down and blocking. The inside slot does the stop route, but it looks like it sailed over his head and hit the blocker. So
4:18 to go in the first half. Here's Adams directing traffic. Gonna throw it, looks deep again, but now he is wrapped up in the backfield by the Murphy Panthers defense. Ryland Kidd, the first man to get there, I think.
Yep, he came around one of the young men that just left the game, had a new guard come in, and I think he got around him, and quarterback tried to extend the play, and a lot of times on the backside when you're running and you stop, they catch up with you. And Kidd made a great play on that, having a big sack for him.
4th down, and let's see what the Wolves are going to do now. Will they kick it away with only 3:41 to go?
Interesting. On their side of the field. Could be a fake coming here, Doug.
Deep snap, and they are going to kick it. Dixon is back there. He should let it go, and he does. Into the end zone, and the Panthers take over 1st and 10 on the 20. 3:24 to go here, Russ.
A little close on that punt. The receiver, was sitting there looking at it and almost bounced into him. Yep, Samuel Dixon, excuse me. One of those close calls again. Murphy's got to be careful with that with a good lead like they have.
We were talking during the break about Ashley Johnson and the great job he's done at Vigor this year. Of course, they've had bad fortune this week, but still a tremendous season to build on.
Absolutely. I think he's been here as coordinator. Here we go to a big play.
Cameron May twisting up toward the 30-yard line and close to another first down.
Yep, DJ Williams came up from the cornerback position and saved a touchdown right there. That was one of those open field tackles that unfortunately now that your defensive backs have got to be able to tackle in space. And so far, Vigor's done a pretty good job. They've given up a couple big runs, and usually that's the case. When you're in space, it's tough to – you want to slow him down and wait for help, but if you can't make the play.
That's why I thought Vigor might go for it on 4th down and try to keep it away from May and company on offense. There is Cam May up the middle for a couple of yards, but that is about it. He runs into a stone wall there as the clock is stopped at 2:39 to go with a first down. 28-13 here at Pritchard Stadium. Doug Holton along with Russ Wood. Again, glad you're with us, as the Murphy Panthers and the Vigor Wolves have had a quick strike offensive attack tonight. First down for May. Going to pitch it to Hudson up the middle, tries to break free, and does so up toward the 40-yard line as the clock ticks inside 2:15.
Yep, looks like Murphy's just keeping it on the ground, running the clock, trying to keep the ball and the clock running, keeping it on the ground, keeping it safe. And with their potential, sometimes that can even be a big play.
Yeah.
But the way when they run the ball, they can break it on any play. So for them to run it up the middle is not such a conservative play.
Yeah, 2 minutes is a lot of time for Murphy. Here's May, wants to throw. Got his man Dixon, but incomplete as the pass was knocked away down there by DJ Williams.
But a great play by the safety coming over, and cornerback staying with, or the safety, coming over right at the last minute and knocking that away.
Nice play by DJ. Looked like Dixon was open for a minute, but a little late on the pass.
Yep, should have been a little quicker, but anytime that ball floats, when you're in too deep secondary, you give that safety a chance to come over and make a play.
All right, a big third down here for the Panthers. Dixon in motion. May is going to keep it, and he fights for first down yardage across the 43 and up close to the 45-yard line.
Another delay read with the quarterback, and the athleticism takes it another 6 or 7, a little extra effort, and you get a first down. right up the middle between the tackles. Nothing fancy about it.
They'll move the chains for the Panthers with 1:35 to go here in the opening half. Denzel Campbell out to the near side. He's joined by Dixon now. May wants to throw. Now he's going to run. Got some space across midfield and pushes his way down close to the 40-yard line. Looked like Jonathan Hill, the senior, was there to bring him down finally. Another first down for the Panthers.
Another first down, another quarterback read, tight end, H-back, tight end to the right, short side of the field. Quarterback just follow your blockers. Here they come again, the same formation. Got a tight end, H-back, and fullback all to one side.
Clock running under a minute now. Here's Hudson up the middle, and absolutely nothing doing there as the Wolves were ready. You talked about Hughes earlier, Russ, and nice tackle there.
Yep, he wasn't fooled. Like we were saying, tight end, H-back, fullback to the right. They came back with a counter back to the left, but 22 stayed at home, and Hughes made a great play on for a couple of yards lost.
50 seconds to go in the opening half. We'll take a short timeout as the teams do and be back for the conclusion of the first half right after this.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
And the bands making their way toward the field for halftime here at Pritchard Stadium. We've got a good one, 28-13. The Murphy Panthers on top of Vigor, as the Panthers try to put another one on the board here at the end of the first half.
Vigor still in the regular defense, hadn't gone prevent yet. Looks like they're going to put some pressure on them, Doug.
Fake to Hudson. Cam May to the near side. Picks up one or two. The clock continues to run now at 40 seconds to go. The Panthers will have to scramble here on third down and long.
Yeah, Samuel Green came up, made a good play there, and looks like they're going into the prevent now, Doug.
Panthers letting the clock run, perhaps going for one or two more big strike attempts. Here's May rolling to the far side. Flags on the play. He's going to get out of bounds after picking up first down yardage just shy of the 30-yard line, but probably are going to have a block in the back or a
on
hold.
the offense.
Holding the call on the Murphy Panthers, so that negates a first down and a big one by Cam May.
Yep, absolutely. Like we were saying earlier, when the quarterback extends that play, and usually on a scramble, you see those holding calls because those offensive linemen have leverage, they have position, and when they run around, they're still trying to block them.
Holding on the offense will replay third down.
Trying to block them with their fingers.
Yep. Oh yeah. And unfortunately, that a lot of times it happens when the quarterbacks are very athletic and doing what they're doing. But it looks like we're going into the deep prevent right now. Vigor's dropping back, and the old 4-4-4-2. It looks like.
Yeah, 4.5 seconds to go here in the first half of play. One last shot for Cam May and his partners. Dixon tries the near side. He's going to be wrapped up by the Vigor Wolves, and that will wrap up the first half of play with Murphy leading at 28-13. We'll be back to recap the first half of play here at Pritchard Stadium in just a minute. Again, you're watching the MCPSS High School Football Game of the Week presented by WKRG. Russ Wood, and we're glad to be bringing you the high school football game of the week. And Russ, very entertaining first half. A lot of big plays, a lot of athletic plays, not only the quarterbacks, but a lot of those skilled players on the field.
Absolutely, absolutely. They're both exposing the defenses, and when the spread formation, it's a lot of open field, tackling in space. And so far, the Murphy Panthers have taken advantage of spreading Vigor out. And when they run between the tackles, they've done a good job of slowing them down. But when they get on that edge, it's tough.
The Vigor Wolves have showed some signs offensively here in the second quarter of play, and I get the feeling we've had a couple of these games this year. It may be the team with the ball last that wins this football game.
Absolutely. When you got two quarterbacks and they can throw deep, they can run, they can extend the play, and you got athletic defenses that are really real aggressive and over aggressive sometimes to the point where they rush up the field, and the quarterback that can extend the play, he breaks that one line of containment, then he's wide open in the second level.
Right. We got two of those quarterbacks here tonight. Again, the Panthers leading it here at halftime, and their marching band on the field right now. Let's listen in.
He's watching it on TV. He's watching.
And the Murphy Panthers marching band at halftime. As we continue the festivities, we'll check in with the Vigor Wolves band on senior night here at Pritchard Stadium when we come back after this short timeout.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll rope it up.
Cause we know how to jump.
We'll roll it out.
Cause we know how to skate.
We'll cut it down.
Cause we know what to eat.
We'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Ball it up.
Cause we know how to hoop.
We'll mess around.
Cause we know how to play.
We'll drop it down.
Cause we know how to dance.
We'll veg it up.
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
All in together now. We can make it better now.
Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy.
Representing the city of PA, the city of champions, are you ready? Now watch the flag team worry on your seats as they perform for you a fanfare entitled Chicago Bulls in surround sound. attention close to the field as we present to you the Dazzling Dollettes as they perform to Johnny Gill's Right Wing. Focus your attention to the field as the Dazzling Dolls mesmerize you to Christopher Williams. I'm dreaming. Moves to block band formation.
All right, the Wolfpack Marching Band, always a stirring performance at Pritchard Stadium. 28-13, the Murphy Panthers lead it at halftime, and we'll be back for an exciting second half in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us.
For me, it started back in 1942 when my family moved to Mobile, and I began my high school career at Murphy High School. Today, it's so important to be able to ingrain in yourself what are you going to do in future life, and you need to be prepared. And so subsequently, everything at Murphy was very important in my life, and so it was instrumental in preparing me for future life and future profession that I wanted to be in.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay, wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
All right, a live look in at the Baker Hornets. Looks like they've extended their lead possibly to 28-0 there over LaFleur. As we check out games from around the county tonight, the Baker Hornets look to be in good shape in that ball game, Russ.
Yep, looks like Baker's found a way to slow down the LaFleur, quickness and athleticism that they bring to the game, and Baker's having a, outstanding year. So
the teams have returned to the field here. As you see, Davidson and Navarre tying at 14 in the second quarter of play. Also MGM, as we saw earlier, they're now at halftime leading BC Rain 21-0. Baker 21, perhaps 24, leading that one. You see the Daphne Trojans, no problem with Bryant tonight, 24-0 at the half over on the Eastern Shore. And we'll have a lot more scores coming in for you as the night goes on. The captain's heading to midfield. We'll take another short break and be back with the second half in just a minute.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
And we're back here at Pritchard Stadium for the start of the second half. As the teams make their way onto the field. And again, the Vigor Wolves, you see they're trailing this one 28-13 to the Murphy Panthers, but an offensively explosive game, Russ, in the first half of play, so anything can still happen.
Yep, absolutely. With the teams are making those the touchdowns are extended plays and long plays. Anything can happen. 13, you're 2 scores down, two scores or 3 scores, but when you can make a play in one play and score, it's a dangerous game. So really got to look at the defenses. Got to really tighten up, but the offenses I think are starting to go. The adjustments are going to be the key, Doug.
Cole and Howell deep to receive the kickoff. That's Cole on the far side across the 30 and gets close to the 35-yard line where the Wolves will start 1st and 10 to open the second half of play.
Good tackle there by Eric Hudson for Murphy, coming down the field and staying in his lane again on the kickoff, keeping them from getting on those edges.
Good chance here for the Wolves to try to get off to a fast start in the second half and make this thing into a ball game quickly.
Absolutely. I think they found a little running room. They found a couple of seam passes, and we'll see what they do. They're lining up in their typical 4 spread, and got 2 to the wide side, 2 to the short side, and of course the single setback with the quarterback. So you never know what can happen.
Murphy Panthers with the
got a clock issue, Doug.
Yeah. It says 55 seconds to go in the third quarter, but of course we know that's not right.
So possibly going to be keeping it on the field, which the officials do a good job at most of these stadiums. And when there's a clock issue, they keep it on the field. And it's one of those things where you just got to keep asking how much time. They usually let you know, but it's kind of awkward. But players just play, and coaches have to deal with that.
And the play clock's still working, so at least that is in order for the quarterbacks.
Oh.
Quick jump by the Murphy defense, it looked like, and perhaps a 5-yard mark-off to help the Wolves.
Yep, looked like Marion Collins nose tackle.
Encroachment defense, that's a 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Looks like Vigor came out with the quick snap, trying to draw them off sides, and it worked. I don't think they did a lot of that in the first half, but we'll see.
1st and 5 for the Wolves. Handoff right up the middle for a couple yards, and that's about it. But it'll be 2nd and short for Vigor.
Right up the middle, the gut play with the single setback on the power read with the quarterback.
And it looks like our clock has decided to join us again, so 11:30 left here in the ball in the third quarter of play. Handoff once again up the middle. And
good running.
Looks like they're going to pick up the first down on some second effort by the Wolves running back, Desharius Flowers, who gets almost to the, they'll give him the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Murphy's lining up with the 5-man front, really putting pressure off the corners, and their 3 guys in the middle are stacking it up. But what a good play by the running back to get that extra yards.
Really was. Looked like Stallworth had him in there. The pass to the near side, in and out of the hands of Brandon Rogers. So 2nd and 10.
Absolutely. Had him open over here in the flat. Corner was playing deep, giving him a real big cushion. He read it. Threw a great pass over here just off the fingertips, a little tall.
And it looks like the referees have called a quick timeout on the field, although the players are lining up here. Perhaps another issue with the clock.
Looks like they're adding some more time, you know.
Yep. Referees and the Vigor coaches looking up to the press box. They're trying to get things settled. And again, it's one of those deals like you talked about, Russ. They're probably going to have to either get this corrected or keep it on the field down there.
Correct. Looked like it was a slow play on the clock, and undoubtedly there's some mechanical, electrical issues with the clock from the scoreboard, from the press box, which make it difficult on the field judge. He's putting time on the clock right now, giving the hand signal to add some time to it.
We're having hand signals from the coaching staff.
It looks like 2 engineers on a state job where they're trying to tell each other what's going on, and
maybe they could just signal the hand signals from the sidelines to the players.
Or either, grab a player with his jersey number and point to the jersey number. How about that?
All right, it looks like we're about set to go here.
Yeah, we added some time. Absolutely.
11:20 is what we've come up with on the clock in the third quarter of play. And here we go, 2nd down. Adams looks to the near side, got his man down at the 45-yard line as Desharius Flowers, a hard hit down there. Looked like Smiley and Robinson both in on the play.
Absolutely, came up. Cornerback Smiley came up. Wow, pretty good lick.
He might have gotten the short end of that one.
He might have got, yeah, sometimes you go low, that the running back or the wide receiver can have a little more momentum.
1st and 10. Give up the middle for short yardage again. Looks like Flowers one more time. Desharius Flowers, a junior running back.
Taylor Stallworth coming down hard, making a play on the inside read, and wasn't fooled. Looks like they're running the tackles, and the inside guys are taking the dive, and the linebackers are taking the quarterback on the speed read, on the quick read option.
Here's second down. Devin Adams, pressure from Stallworth, and he gets away at the 45-yard line, and he heaves it downfield. He's got a man, but incomplete to Nick Jackson at the 10-yard line. Wow, was he wide open.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, there it is again. As we can see on the replay, the Johnny Manziel look, he had him by the jersey, but an athletic quarterback, you've got to wrap him up, because if he extends that play, he can make something big happen, and he was just a few feet short from making a big play. Sure was. What a great athletic play by the quarterback.
Not only showing his athletic ability, but his strength as well to get away from Stallworth. All right, third down and long for the Wolves. From the 44, quick out to the far side is going to be very close to the first down. That's Jeremiah Howell on the far side, and it looks like where they mark it, he will have the first down for Vigor.
Absolutely. Looked like he broke about 3 tackles, 2 really good tackles, and got a young man, number 28, Darius Flowers, limping a little bit, but what a good play. What a just extra effort to get that first down. He knew where he had to be, and he just would not go down.
And they bring Cameron Cole into the backfield now with Desharius Flowers limping to the sideline. First down and 10 from the 34. There is Cole, breaks it to the outside. He's got some room, breaks the tackle, and down to the 5-yard line. He lost the football for a second. They're going to mark him down, though, at the 5-yard line. Nice run by Cameron Cole, the little scat back for the Wolves.
Absolutely. Coming up the middle, it was clogged up. He went wide, broke a tackle, and then 38 saves the tackle for Murphy, or it would have been 6, but come in fresh and take off. Didn't hesitate a bit.
Nice opening drive for the Wolves. They've got it first and goal on the 5-yard line. Adams looks again over the middle and
touchdown.
Complete for the touchdown. Looked like interference as well, but Keontae McCants on the catch with people draped all over him, hauls it in for the touchdown.
Big tall receiver, 6'4", going over the middle. One man-on-man coverage. Defensive back was right on top of him, and what a good play. Caught it in his hands. Had it. The quarterback gave him a chance to catch it up high. When you got a tall receiver, you got to take advantage of it, and they did.
And 28-19. Looks like the Vigor Wolves are going to possibly go for 2 here and pull within a touchdown.
Well, they got Abram Coleman on the field. He's been the kicker tonight, and looks like he's out there.
Yeah, they got the tee.
And he's got a tee, so we'll see. But you never know when you got the quarterback as your holder. Anything can happen.
Looks like foreshadowing.
Yep, looks like they let the clock run out. Had a player. They were short a player, tried to run him on late.
So delay of game will back them up a few yards. 9:12 to go here in the third quarter. And the Wolves trying to make this thing a ball game at 28-20 if they can convert here. There's the kick. And it hits the post, I think, and bounces away. So it remains 28-19 with 9:12 to go. We'll step away for a short break on the MCPSS Game of the Week presented by WKRG. Welcome back to Pritchard, everyone. We've got a ball game here with 9:12 to go in the third quarter of play. Murphy still leading it, but now only 28-19 as the Wolves prepare to kick it away, perhaps kick it away.
Here they go in the bunch set. We've been watching them all night. We're going to see if they're going to actually kick it and break out, or they're going to maybe do the Alden side. Doug, we'll find out here shortly.
Sam Dixon and Michael Hudson deep to return. And the Vigor crowd has come alive here. It is a deep kick. Dixon on the near side at the 10. Got some room to the far side. Ooh. But he is knocked down at the 20-yard line by number 20, Crawford. Russ, quite a form tackle.
Hey, that's the way you do it on the kickoff. You come down and you wrap up with both arms, and when you can put a guy down and take him back on a momentum kickoff, he's got a lot of momentum. Great tackle by number 20. That's called the bear hug tackle right there.
I like it. Shot of the sidelines, and the Vigor Wolves and the Murphy Panthers now try to answer with their offensive weapons. Here's a snap. Dixon to the near side. Almost got to the corner, but not quite, and brought down by a host of Vigor Wolves just past the 20-yard line.
There's Charles Crawford again, coming up from that corner position and turning that play in and letting the linebackers do what they're supposed to do and shut it down. It looks like Vigor's got a little momentum, a little spark here. They need a big stop here, second and long.
Second and about 8 for the Panthers. May lines him up, and he's going to give it to Hudson going the other way. Can he get outside? He does, and looks like he picks up the first down yardage out close to the 35.
Little misdirection, little counter play back to the side, and number 9, DJ Williams, the corner, pushes him out of bounds, but just a tad late getting there, letting him get on the corner. Well, it looks like a third and short, Doug. I thought he had the first down as well.
Oh, I guess he stepped out of bounds back there. So third and about a yard for the Murphy Panthers at the 29.
See if Murphy takes advantage of a big play right here. Takes a chance downfield.
Snap to May, going to go right up the middle.
Wow.
And it looks like he powered his way close to the first down. Russ across the line, and they will give him a first down. It looks like Cameron May, and the Panthers have the initial first down and moving of the yardsticks.
Yep, quarterback draw right up the middle, right between the guard and tackle. Nothing fancy about it. Caught Vigor kind of looking to the edges.
They go to the spread this time, 7:52 to go in the third. Again, it's May out to the outside. He does turn the corner to the 40-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
Nothing fancy. They got the spread, got 2 wide, 2 left, 2 right. And then you got your H-back, number 14, Colin Barrett, over on the right side, leading, and your quarterback just following him right around the corner. And pick up about 8.5, and just a steady, solid play.
Just short of the first down. Tyree Vines on the tackle on the sidelines.
A lot of open field, a lot of tackling in space tonight for those secondary for Vigor.
Second down and short for Cameron May. Hudson goes in motion. May wants to throw it down the field. Dixon is out there. Ooh. And we're going to have an interference call down at the 30-yard line. Nice call by the official there.
Yep, number 2, Arthur Quinley. Good coverage. He had a step on him. Arthur made a good play coming back. But when you stick your hand up right there, when you stick your hand up and you don't look back for the ball, they're going to call it every time. He knocked the ball away good, but he made a little contact.
Yep, just bumped him
right
a half second before the ball got there. So that'll be a first down for the Panthers once again across midfield as they mark off the penalty to the 46-yard line.
On a defense, it's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Big call for the Murphy Panthers right there. 7.5 to go in the third quarter of play. Murphy leading at 28-19 if you're just joining us. Here's May right up the gut inside the 35, and again twisting his way down to the 32-yard line. Looks like he has another first down for the Panthers.
Absolutely. There we go again. You know, the Murphy offensive line. Zimmerman, Pardreau, Hudson, Archie, and Hall, they're just staying with their blocks. They're locking up on the man, and it's once the quarterback breaks the first line and gets to the second level, it's been big gains all night.
It's something we haven't seen from the Panthers offense a lot tonight or this season. A drive all the way down the field. Let's see what they can do here from the 33. May hands it off. Again, that scissors play to Hudson down to the 30. Gain of a couple. Brings up second and about 8.
Yeah, H-back number 14, Colin Barrett, he lines up on the right side on your tackle, and Vigor shifts over to that side, and they go back weak side with him leading on the counter play off the tackle. Been a good playing for him tonight.
Second down and long, though, for Murphy here. Let's see if they go to the air. Dixon back there in the backfield. And May on the sweep to the near side. Down to the 30-yard line. And flags fly everywhere. Samuel Green, the guy that knocked him out, I think.
Yep, nothing fancy. Got you tied in on the, with a hand on the ground, an H-back and a fullback behind him, and quarterback just takes it on the what they call the old Green Bay sweep. Here we come, right, try and stop us.
Just like you said.
On the offense, we'll replay second down. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
10-yard penalty on the Panthers, as you mentioned so many times tonight, Russ. When that quarterback gets outside, the hands got to let go.
Right. When the linemen are locked up and the defensive person is trying to escape the block, and the quarterback gets outside, so that frees up that defensive guy to run free, and a lot of linemen try and stay with him, and it usually results in a holding call.
Second down and about 20 here. May keeps it again. Up the middle. Cuts to the outside across the 30 and inside the 20-yard line before he is finally run out down there by Tyree Vines. Here's the replay, and Cameron May showing his athletic ability, no doubt here. Cuts that one to the outside, and inside the 20 he goes. First and 10 for the Murphy Panthers.
Just normal quarterback sweep, just like we looked at before, and he breaks 2 tackles, and he's on the second level, and they got to, if it wasn't for the boundary, he'd still be running.
5:50 to go here in the third quarter. May wants to throw it this time. Makes a juke on the defender, but not enough. As DeCardo Rivers makes the tackle, but again, flags fly on the outside.
DeCardo Rivers coming from his cornerback position, on a corner blitz, and runs the play down. Both wide receivers were blocked at the line of scrimmage. Both of them were held up, and I
think we've got a personal foul there against the Panthers. See if we can catch it on the replay. Looked like a block in the back, but there's the flag. Or maybe it was a block in the back.
We have personal foul, face mask. On the offense, it's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. We'll replay first down.
All right, there's one we don't see very often, a face mask on the offense.
Not at all. But, those offensive linemen, when they get those hands up on those defensive linemen, a lot of times when they slip up, they grab, they're got them by the inside of the shoulder pads, and if they get the helmet, then it can go against them.
All right, it's first down and a mile for the Panthers now from the 43-yard line. They need a big play. May up the middle again, picks up a couple of yards. The Wolves take him down shy of the 40-yard line.
Go back to the same good play. He's made some big plays from that position. Quarterback draw right up the middle, but this time Vigor was waiting on him. Looked like they had a little spy technique with their middle linebacker, and he was waiting on him.
Clock running at 5 minutes to go here in the third. Second down and long again for the Panthers. Four wideouts. Dixon in motion. May wants to throw it. Going deep down the middle. Got his man complete at the 20-yard line. That's Denzel Campbell. He's going to be shy of the first down by about 12 yards or so, maybe 13 yards.
What a big play, but there you go, two deep safety. You got a slot guy doing a skinny post. Both safeties are watching the outside receivers, and if the pass would have been a couple of feet higher, it'd probably have been 6 points right there. Receiver had to slide and make the slide and catch.
All right, another big one for the Panthers offense here. Let's see if they can convert on third down. Hudson is going to take it around the far side, cuts back, but only picks up about 5 yards, and it'll bring up fourth down for Murphy. And the Panthers offense once again facing decision time here.
Yep, Vigor did a good job spreading the play, extending the play and keeping containment. Looks like Murphy's looking at going for this one in the red zone, and they got good lead.
About 8 yards to go for the first down for the Murphy Panthers. Right at the 15-yard line. Here's May. Scrambling again, wants to get outside. Now he throws it, tipped away. Nice play by DeCardo Rivers there as he knocked that pass down, and the Vigor Wolves will take over 1st and 10.
Absolutely. We got a quarterback on the edge like that. He had an opportunity to run pass, and the corner stayed with it and raised his hand and tipped the pass away. The young man was wide open. What a good play by the defensive back. Staying between him and the receiver.
For what looked like what would have been a first down for the Murphy Panthers. 3:13 to go now in the third quarter, and the score remains 28-19. Handoff up the middle, up close to the 30-yard line. Looks like Desharius Flowers.
Yep.
Is that Flowers or Cole in there? Can't see his number, but
25.
Yeah. It's like the little guy Cole in there in the backfield.
Yep. Christian Robson make a good stop on him downfield. He kind of gets lost in that line of scrimmage.
He does. Gain of about 2 or 3 on first down brings up 2nd and 7. Yeah, see if the Wolves can take this one down. Might have a even ball game at the end of the third quarter here.
It could be real close. Looks like they got a little momentum. They're working on the edges. I think Murphy's backed off a little bit from that 5-man front.
Actually picked up 5 on first down. 2nd and 5.
Nice
Adams
read.
wants to throw wide open. Keontae McCants, but he drops it out there at midfield. He had some yardage.
Absolutely. You got a run pass option for the quarterback. He takes off. He's right before the line of scrimmage. Has a receiver break away. The cornerback had to respect the quarterback on the run, and one of those sayings, he was running before he caught the ball. You got to catch it first before you run. What a big play that could have been.
Had a big play earlier tonight.
Got a nice touchdown. Absolutely.
Perhaps another big one he could have had there. But third down for the Wolves and about 6 yards to go for the first down. Adams going to throw it again. Pressure from Stallworth. Can he get away? He heaves it up in the air. And are they going to call it complete?
Looks like he was in, Doug.
Brandon Rogers, the
They're
receiver,
give it to him
at the 45, and it is complete. What a huge first down as we check out the replay. Taylor Stallworth on the pursuit, and Adams just flings it up in the air for a first down.
Goodness gracious, what a great play. The defensive back was right on him. But, you know, Flowers making that kind of play, that, you know, you hate to compare it to many college kids, but when you throw with somebody on your back, looks just like that kid from Texas A&M, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Big play in the backfield there for the Murphy Panthers. Looks like Richardson back there to make the tackle for a loss on first down.
Absolute. Miles Tanner in there with him, and looks like they were waiting on that one.
Three wideouts for the Wolves here on second down. Second and long. May looks over the middle again. Got Keontae McCants out there again, but just off his fingertips. A little bit overthrown, or it would have been another big play. Certainly another first down.
That's one of those tough catches, tough plays. Right over the middle, too deep. Secondary, right there, right off the fingertips. Plus, you're going to take a pretty good shot from the safety on that play as well.
Probably should have caught that football, but it got hit low, which made it tough.
Yep. He came up a little gingerly as well and had to leave the game.
And a big third down for the Wolves. They're going to call timeout to think about it. We'll step away with 1:23 to go here in the third. 28-19 Murphy. We'll be back after this.
I went to Murphy High School. In fact, to this day, my blood bleeds blue and gold. To this day, some of my best friends are the high school football buddies that I had. We really had a wide array of classes available to us. All of my future relates back to the foundations that were given to me by the wonderful teachers and principals that I had when I was a kid.
Back at Pritchard Stadium, Doug Holton along with Russ Wood. Big third down coming for the Vigor Wolves. Russ?
You got a minute 23 in the third. You know, you got a little momentum. You got to make a big play right here and keep this drive alive. And we'll see what they do. They've been doing the run-pass option. The little running backs made some big plays. Looks like they're spreading them out. Number 7's back in the game. Is the big target.
Got a number of great receivers out there to throw to. Let's see who he looks to. Adams, the rush is on screen.
Great call.
Over the middle of Cole.
Oh, great play.
To the 40-yard line, short of the first down by about 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a great play by Kendrick Haynes. They ran the all-out blitz. Vigor had a great play call, the middle screen, but Kendrick Haynes came up with a big play and short of the first down.
Brings up a fourth down for the Wolves now and 6 yards to go.
Big play here, big play.
Clock ticking down in the third. Rush is on again.
Uh-oh.
Adams scrambles up in the middle, but he's going to be taken down by Taylor Stallworth.
And Gary Moore. You had two of your big defensive linemen making big plays right then on a big down, fourth and medium range, and looked like a quarterback draw, but the two linemen looked like they had it.
Two guys moving on to the next level, making
Absolutely.
the play right there, and ball turns over on downs.
Good players make big plays in big games.
Let's see, the officials are discussing things. We got a penalty out there?
I didn't see a flag, but I guess we do.
Interference on Murphy during the last play. Oh, I'm sorry. Correction. Sideline over here. Sideline interference.
Wow.
Big play. A sideline interference call typically doesn't happen, but when the referee is bumped by a player or a coach on the sideline, they will call it. Undoubtedly, the coach was on the field or one of the players came on the field too soon.
Wow. On 4th down and 6. What a call, and let's see.
It should.
The referee is still discussing things out there, so let's see how far they mark it off. certainly could be a pivotal call in the ball game. 38 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, and a touchdown game.
Of course, all the coaches always are on the field, and it's okay to be on the field, but when I believe usually when they call that is when there's interference with the officials' observation of the play,
right,
by either getting in his way or bumping into him, or a player cheering or coming onto the field, and they will call it if the referee is bumped.
Here we go. The huddle is breaking up, so let's see what happens. Ashley Johnson, an interested spectator.
Yep, he's all the way to the hash mark. Looks like it's going to be a first down.
They're going to mark off a 15-yard penalty down to the 25-yard line.
Sideline interference against Murphy. That's a 15-yard penalty. The down counts. First down.
What a huge call. They're giving the Vigor Wolves a first down at the 26-yard line. First and 10.
You got to bet, Doug, that they have had warnings. Usually they won't call that on. They'll usually have one or two warnings, sideline warnings. But we didn't have any verbal sideline warnings. But I'm pretty sure they probably have warned that sideline before they make that call. But it came at a very crucial time.
It did. Delay still in the game. The Vigor Wolves, of course, unfortunately not moving on next week to the playoffs, but they're looking to end their season on a bright note here.
Absolutely, and this what better way to beat a really good Murphy team that's been decimated by injury, but are moving on to the playoffs against Auburn next week, and started out 6-0 and was one of the top teams in the Mobile County area, and then had some injuries and had a couple of defeats, but they are moving on, and this is Vigor's playoff, and this is their state run right here. So they're trying to play. They're praying for pride right now. Unfortunately, they're not going to make it to the playoffs, but they'll be back next year.
Tough first round game also for the Murphy Panthers, traveling up to Auburn, a top 10 football team. And we're almost set to go here. First down for the Wolves from the 26. Devin Adams hands it off. Up the middle, inside the 20. DeSharius Flowers on the carry.
Pushing down the field, breaking tackles, and keeping his legs going, and gained another 4 yards by just second effort. What a big play, or big player he's made since he's been in the game.
Really has. He and Cole both have played a good football game. Second and short. Pass over the middle, touchdown. Keontae McCants, and a flag on the play. But I think that one is going to count. They call a blow to the head. Is that what they're going to call?
I couldn't tell, but it was a tackle. We'll see on the replay, but I'm curious to see what the call is. Number 7 came back. Keontae McCants, tall receiver. Here we go.
Touchdown. Dead ball. Personal foul on Murphy. Do you want to take on the?
Yeah, I think they will take it on the kickoff, unless they want to go for 2. But the touchdown counts, so let's see what the Wolves decide to do here.
Yeah, it was kind of a late hit. The number 7 caught the ball right about the goal line, and the defensive back, he's beat. It's just an emotional play. You want to make that play and make that tackle, and it looks like they caught him for a late hit.
Ball, personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Half the distance to the goal.
So they're going to take the penalty here on the extra point and maybe go for 2. and see what happens. 28-25 the count with 4 seconds left in the third quarter.
Quarterback under center. That's the first time we've seen that tonight.
Adams going to take the snap in the I formation, pitches it deep to Cole, who bangs his way in for the 2-point conversion, and it's 28-27. The Vigor Wolves fighting back here against the Murphy Panthers. A 1-point game. We'll take a timeout on the MCPSS Game of the Week presented by WKRG.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
All right, back at the stadium here. Murphy and Vigor locked in a good one. A 1-point ball game now, 28-27, as the Vigor Wolves prepare to kick it off.
Yeah, they're a little excited now. Vigor's got a lot of momentum. The crowd's in it. The players are in it. As we noticed just then, the quarterback got under center. It looked like a quarterback sneak play, and he pitched it out for the quick sweep for the 2-point. Now we got a 1-point game.
Here's the kick from Vigor. Hudson is deep at the 5. Got some room up the middle. Breaks it up the middle. Across midfield and just tackled by the ankles by DJ Williams. Down to the 30-yard line. I thought he was going to go.
Yep. Number 5, Samuel Green made a great,
Was it Green?
Yeah, great.
All right, anyhow, the final play of the third quarter, 28-27. The Murphy Panthers now in scoring position. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter of play right after this short timeout. Back at Pritchard Stadium for the fourth quarter of play between Murphy and Vigor. We've got a dandy going here. Cameron May gives it to Dixon. Not much going on the far side as Charles Crawford over there, the Rover rush to make the tackle. He's been in on a lot tonight.
And tell you what a game-saving tackle right there. Big momentum changer if he would have broke that one, Doug.
It really was. Great play for the Panthers anyhow.
Absolutely.
But as you said, Russ, a touchdown saving tackle. 2nd down and long. Here's May right up the middle, but whistles blow, and somebody might have gotten an early start there. Procedure against Murphy. And that'll back him up 5 for 2nd and about 14 or 15.
We have a dead ball. We have false start on the offense. It remains 2nd down.
A lot of times, Doug, that happens. That wide receiver on the wide side of the field, the crowd over here is very loud, and he can't hear that signal, and they'll jump. Even though they're moving on the ball, but a lot of times they can't hear the snap count.
And the crowd certainly getting excited here. May tries it up the middle, cuts to the outside. Down inside the 25, but again a flag on the play. And it looks like we may have an illegal block there, Russ.
Yep, looks like quarterback was extending the play to the wide side. The wide receiver came in. Okay.
Holding on the outside.
It looked like a chop block, but I think when he went in, he grabbed him when he went to block him. That's why it looked like a low block. Outside receiver.
Holding on the offense. That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay 2nd down.
So 2nd and a long ways to go for the Panthers now. As the breeze picks up here at Pritchard Stadium, temperature dropping. But the excitement is building. May wants to throw it again. Now he's going to run it. Fights his way and picks his way for about 3 or 4 yards before he's taken down. And a short gain only for the Panthers there.
Yep, he tried to extend the play. Finally, he had to cut it up. He ran out of room, and Vigor was waiting on him, and a couple yards on the gain. Now it's going to be a big 3rd down play here, Doug.
Big 3rd down. We've had some exciting games this year. Of course, the Murphy Blunt game at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. See Baker leading 28-0 over LaFleur now. That's a final.
That's a final.
That was a quick game.
Yeah, sure was.
3rd down for the Panthers. Got a new quarterback in the game there. Shoots it over the middle, intended for Dixon, and almost intercepted by the Vigor Wolves. Watford in at quarterback there, throwing that one, overthrew it and almost got it picked off.
Had the man wide open and just overthrew him. What a good play, running the seam on the 2 deep safeties. And if you hit it right before the safeties, it can be open.
That was Dixon open on the play, and the Panthers look like they're going to punt it away from the 37-yard line of Vigor. Interesting decision there.
Well, 4th and 14, you still got a lead. You can pin them deep.
High kick.
Maybe
gonna
not.
Bounce inside the 5, and there's that wedge you talked about, Russ. The ball backs up at the 6-yard line, and the Vigor Wolves pinned deep in their own territory.
Great punt. Stopped on the 5, inside the 5, and did a little right to left bounce, and now Murphy's got them where they wanted. That's why they went with that. We'll see what Vigor has in store with 95 yards to go with 9 minutes to go.
Nonetheless, a great stop by the Vigor defense.
Absolutely.
And they're only a point away here, so 9:38 to go. Plenty of time for anything to happen. And it already has tonight. Devin Adams back there. Gives it to Flowers. Breaks a couple of tackles, spins.
Wow.
Almost to the 20-yard line, and looks like he picked up a 1st down.
On the 2nd effort. When the running back that never stops his feet, he gets stood up, And sometimes you as a defensive player, you think the play's over, and if his feet, is this momentum still going, you've got to make sure he's on the ground. He was never on the ground. He kept going for 4 more yards.
Boy, Flowers is a good-looking running back, a junior. There he is again, tripped up with the line of scrimmage that time, though, by the Murphy defense. Looked like Stallworth in on the tackle on the far side. So the Wolves facing a tough situation here. Flowers in the backfield again. 2nd down and long, a little more than 10. He lost a half a yard on that one. Adams scrambles away. Looks downfield. He's going to run it, though, up to the 25, 24-yard line. They'll mark him out at. And that'll be 3rd and about 5 or 6 to go for the first. Looked like he had a man downfield. Keontae McCants again, Russ, on man coverage, but decided to run it.
Yep, I think he kind of got out of sight, and when he was running and he was coming to the sideline, if he would have probably looked one more time downfield, I think number 7 had his man, but he was at the line of scrimmage, and I think he just got the best of it, got him a couple yards. Now they got a big 3rd down.
Yep, 3rd and 6 here. Adams back, flips it out to the side to Flowers, spins its way for the 1st down and more across the 40 to the 42-yard line. But again, how many times have we seen that yellow flag tonight?
Oh, wow. Yep, what a great play. Probably going.
There's the flare pattern. Out to Flowers and going to have holding against the Vigor Wolves. What a big 1st down play there, and it's going to be nullified by the holding call. 8:22 to go here in the final quarter of play. 28-27, the Panthers.
The offense, that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay 3rd down.
Panthers leading the Wolves by 1. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long, about 16 to go.
What a big turnaround right there. Great play, great 2nd effort. To be nullified with a hold.
Big chance for the Murphy defense here. Can they come up with a play? Adams has got to throw it. Scrambles up the middle, and he's going to be sacked. Stallworth was in there again. The big defensive end, along with his teammates, makes the big play on 3rd down.
Absolutely. Stallworth came on a hard rush and just made a great move, knowing that it was a passing situation, and chased the quarterback down, Adams from behind.
See Davidson, the final now. They've defeated Navarre 24-21.
Send the Florida boys back home.
There you go. Fred Riley and the crew happy tonight. And let's see, the Wolves are going to have to kick it out of their own end zone. Sam Dixon deep. Bad snap, but nobody rushing.
Wow.
And he gets the kick out of there. Dixon's just going to let it go, and it'll bounce to the 46-yard line. That's where the Panthers will take over 1st and 10, leading by a point here in the 4th, 7 minutes to go.
Well, that was a tricky little play. The punt, the snap was bounced to the punter, and Murphy was in a prevent. They didn't put a rush on, so I was kind of curious if he was going to try and take off, because he had a wall of blockers in front of him, but he elected to punt it.
A long way to go, but he looked like he had some running room.
Yes, he did.
All right, Panthers trying to put this thing away. Handoff. Looks like, I think that was Dixon in there for a short gain. Maybe didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looked like they were in a bunch formation on offense, and on the other side of the ball with Vigor. Vigor looked like 8 to the line of scrimmage. So we're gonna see if Murphy stays in this bunch set with the 2 tights and the H-back and the fullback, and trying to just run the clock.
6:35 to go.
Looks like they're going to spread it out this time.
Yeah, they didn't stay in the bunch for long. 4 wide outs and an H-back. Cameron May keeps it himself up close to midfield. Going to leave about 6 yards for the first down. 3rd and 6.
Same play we've seen all night. Quarterback Reed right between the tackles. Still getting 3 or 4 yards at a pop. Vigor slowed it down, but very effective play. Here's a big 3rd down, 3rd and 6. It's going to really make a difference in this game.
Yeah, I'd run that play a lot too, I think.
I think so.
With Cam May back there. Here he is on 3rd down. May again gives the fake like he wants to pass. Cuts back to the near side. Got his first down. Taken down on the 43-yard line, but a first down for the Murphy Panthers.
The rover Charles Crawford made a good play, or could have been a big play, but you know what a play the quarterback made right here. Extending the play, cuts back across the field, knows he's got to get that 6 yards and get 7.
I think the Wolves have seen that enough now where they know he's not going to throw the football when he rolls out. Most of the time.
Most of the time.
First down at the 43. Here comes Hudson to the near side. Can he get away? Spins to the 35. So he picks up about 8 yards on the play to leave 2nd and short.
Vigor had a good chance right here. As you can see, he's coming across. Here comes the misdirection. They spread the play out. He gets a hand on him. 2 players get a hand on him, but he just keeps his feet going and it gets 6 more yards. Vigor had a big opportunity right there to stop it for no gain.
Great second effort by Hudson. 2nd and short. The clock continues to run at 4:40 to go. May right up the middle for a yard, maybe 2. Looked like Samuel Green had his legs on the tackle. Did he get enough for a first down, Russ, or not?
It's going to be very close. They might measure this one. Typically the same play we've seen all night. Quarterback keeper right up the middle. They're going to keep it 3rd and short. 3rd and about a yard and a half.
Got him marked right there at the 34-yard line. About a 1/4 of a yard to go, I think. 3:57 to go in the ball game. I bet Cam May keeps it here. Rolls to the far side, and I don't think he got that one. Hughes was out there for the tackle with his teammates, and now it's going to bring up a big 4th down for the Panthers. Might have lost a half a yard.
Might have lost. Samuel Green make a good play. Him and 22. Christopher Hughes, both of them right there pursuing on the play. Quarterback turns up, and here we go with a 4th down and very short.
Here's a big play.
Very big right here, very big.
3:15 to go in the ball game. Panthers.
Got the bunch set. Vigor's got everybody on the line of scrimmage.
There goes Dixon.
Big play.
Caught behind the line of scrimmage, and the Wolves have held. Crowd goes crazy on the near side with 3:08 to go, and Vigor is still alive.
That's one of those that you second guess on Sunday as a coach. You punt it, goes in the end zone, you got it on the 20, that's 80 yards they got to go. You go for it on 4th, you don't make it. Now they go 62 yards for a winning score. Big play by the Vigor defense, stretching that play out, keeping 11. He's been getting on that corner all night, and keeping him at bay and taking him to the sideline and using the sideline as a third player.
A lot of green jerseys over there on 4th down. Now 1st down for Vigor. Pass out to the near side, complete to the 40. Across the 45 and up near midfield.
We got a flag, got a late flag.
Flag on the play. That's Howell on the reception, and they're going to tack on some more, I think.
Yep. Got a personal foul.
Close to the sidelines out there, and that's right where the flag was thrown.
Got a face mask. right going out of bounds.
Another big step off.
We have a 5-yard non-flagrant face mask against the defense. First down.
An incidental face mask on the Murphy Panthers. But everything is big at this point. 2:42 to go and a first down for Vigor. Adams loads it up, wants to throw again, out to the side, complete to the 40-yard line. That's Brandon Rogers out there for another nice game.
He didn't get out of bounds, but he got it right. He got the first down, I believe. No, he's a yard short. He was about a yard from getting out of bounds, which would have been huge. They got to go now. We got the clock going. Got to get in the hurry up.
Plenty of time, though. 2:20 to go.
Absolutely.
And already inside the 40. Adams again, going to give it this time. No, he keeps it. Down inside the 35. Now he's got his first down and stops the clock. First and 10, about the 32, 33-yard line.
Well, second effort, Murphy had a good stop on him, and then he just kept moving those feet and pushed that big body all the way across that first down.
Going to mark him about the 33 with 2:02 to go in the ball game. Here's Adams again. Throws it out complete.
Got some room.
Out to the outside.
Got a blocker.
Inside the 15 to the 10. And in, I think.
Yep.
For the touchdown is Jeremiah Howe on the reception. He may not be big in stature, but that was a huge play for the Vigor Wolves.
There he is on the slip screen. He gets a great block by number 10. Downfield, blocks 2 people, and he just makes a great run to the corner of the end zones.
And the Vigor Wolves, in their final game of the 2013 season, have taken the lead here, 33-28, with 1:46 to go in the ball game.
The crowd is electric over here on the Vigor side, and rightfully so. They've just pieced this thing back together. They gave up a bunch of big plays early, but they've just been working at it with 1:46 with the go-ahead touchdown.
And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field here, Russ. And the Wolves are trying to decide what to do here. They're up by 5 points. If they go for 2, that means a touchdown and an extra point by Murphy ties it. And that's got to be what they're thinking right now.
Absolutely. 5 is good, but 7's a lot better. Either way, it's a one-score game for Murphy. You got 1:46. We've seen them go the distance in 2 plays, so they've had some 50, 60-yard plays. You never know what can happen.
Both teams very explosive tonight. They're going to line up with Flowers way deep in the I guess you'd call that the I formation, but they pitch it to him. Near side, can he get in? Yep. Yes.
There again, Doug. Got the quarterback Adams under center, given the perception that he's capable of running the quarterback sneak. Murphy's looking for the quarterback sneak. You got one tailback really deep, and he runs to the corner and outruns the defense.
Tasharius Flowers in for the touchdown. 35-28, the Wolves on top. We'll be back in just a minute. You're watching the MCPSS Game of the Week, presented by WKRG. Back at Pritchard Stadium, Doug Holton along with Russ Wood for the conclusion of this exciting ball game between Vigor and Murphy. The Wolves have taken a 7-point lead with 1:46 to go. And now the ever-important kickoff, Russ. What will the Wolves do here? Pick your poison.
Well, you got two guys that's been bringing it back all night long. Vigor's going to have to kick it away from them or, do something to stop this return. This play is one of the biggest plays Murphy's had all year, all game. They've had big returns on 3 different occasions, so we'll see where he decides to kick it. He's lined up on the far hash, so I'm thinking he's going to kick it across to this side of the field, or he's going to kick it out of bounds.
Those are low squib kick.
Squibbler, okay.
And the short man picks
one. Formation at the wide out of the wide side of the field, and he was leaning. You could tell he was losing his balance.
It's not the way the Panthers wanted to start this drive. It'll bring up 1st and 15. Everybody on the near sideline on their feet.
Crowd is really into it now, so see how Vigor reacts.
Again, the double stack. May back to pass, scrambles to the near side, hums it down the field. Dangerous pass.
Whoa.
Uh-oh. And no call there down the field on the hit on Hudson, but an incomplete pass brings up a long situation for the Murphy Panthers here. 3rd down.
Bad snap, but he made the most of it. He bought some time. He extended the play, and then he had a man coming across the field and just out of the reach. But when you throw it back across the grain, you got defenders all over the field, so that was a dangerous throw.
You saw the hit on Hudson there late in that replay. 2nd down now for May. Gonna scramble again. Down the field to Dixon, got it. At midfield, he heads back across the field, trying to pick up blockers.
Oh, he lost yardage.
He's going to lose the 1st down there. And he had the 1st down on the near sidelines and went backwards and lost it. 1:07, 1:05 to go in the ball game.
Had him open on the out route on a sit down.
Nice catch.
Came back across the field. Unfortunately, that was where the Vigor Wolves were waiting on him.
3rd and 4. May up the middle. He's not going to get it.
They've seen that a time or two tonight.
He might have gotten a yard on the play. A generous spot on the far sideline by the yards marker.
45 seconds. Timeout.
Timeout for the Panthers to decide what to do here. With 4th and 1 and 45 seconds to go, the Wolves with a 35-28 lead. I don't know, Russ, something in the air here. As I said before, we've had some great ball games this year, and this is certainly living up to expectations.
Yep. Both these teams, a lot to play for. But then again, you think, well, they don't, but they both showed a lot of pride, a lot of class tonight. Vigor, with the unfortunate circumstance, playing with a lot of heart, knowing the seniors, this is the last time they're going to suit up. The fans have really got behind them. Murphy playing, getting ready for the playoffs, with a lot of players hurt. A lot of their young kids have really grown up tonight.
They really have. A big play that's going to decide this football coming up here for the Murphy Panthers. 4th and almost 3 yards to go for the first down.
Look for your quarterback to extend the play, do a pass run option. I look for him coming the wide side of the field.
He's been the man all night long. Drops back, got a man over the middle. Almost picked off, though, but knocked down by the Vigor Wolves. Hughes on the play, and the Wolves have done it.
Looks like Christopher Hughes steps in front of the seam pass, and the Vigor Wolves looks like they're going to take this one to the house.
You see the replay on this one. Perhaps open for a minute was Dixon, but a great play by Hughes. And the Wolves hold on fourth down with 41 seconds to go in a 7-point lead.
They had that pass open most of the night, the inside seam, the skinny post as they call it. 11 was there. The ball was just a little bit delayed, but Hughes made a great move on the ball and at his middle linebacker position and timed it perfectly.
Might have looked at him a little bit too long. 41 seconds to go, a timeout on the field. We'll take a short timeout as well and be back right after this.
For me, it started back in 1942 when my family moved to Mobile, and I began my high school career at Murphy High School. Today, it's so important to be able to ingrain in yourself what are you going to do in future life, and you need to be prepared. And so subsequently, everything at Murphy was very important in my life, and so it was instrumental in preparing me for future life and future profession that I wanted to be in.
Well, what an atmosphere here in Pritchard tonight for the Vigor Wolves and the Murphy Panthers. An outstanding football game. Congratulations to both. Of course, the Wolves winning their season finale and the Murphy Panthers going on to the postseason next week to take on Auburn.
Vigor in the victory formation, got the deep man, going to take the snap, take a knee, and let the clock run out. Coaches taking their headsets off, they're shaking hands, they can do it. Coach Johnson can have a little smile on his face. He's going to finish the season with a very positive note.
Great win for the Vigor Wolves as the clock ticks down under 25 seconds, and that will do it. That'll be the final play of the game as Ashley Johnson on the sidelines gets the old Gatorade bath.
Old Gatorade bath. What a good feeling.
Great feeling for the Vigor Wolves. Congratulations to them as they top the Panthers tonight, 35-28. The teams will shake hands at midfield, and Russ and I will be back to wrap this one up from Pritchard Stadium in just a couple of minutes.
Your final score, your Vigor Wolves 35, the Murphy Panthers 28. Let's stand and sing all about it. Once again, final score, Vigor 35, Murphy 28.
And back at Pritchard Stadium, you see the final there, an exciting ball game as the Vigor Wolves top the Murphy Panthers 35-28. And Russ, an exciting ball game once again here at the stadium, and back and forth. You couldn't ask for much more than that.
Absolutely. Murphy came out, big play. Vigor just hung in there, stayed stuck to their guns, ran their game plan, and just eased their way back in and got an opportunity right late in the game. And, even though the young man who scored touchdown number 10 for Vigor made two key blocks on the touchdown play, and you just can't emphasize enough about the wide receivers blocking downfield.
Really did. Great win for the Vigor Wolves over the Murphy Panthers. Of course, the Panthers have another life next week, as we mentioned, at Auburn in the postseason, so we'll be following that and all the teams here in Mobile County in the playoffs upcoming next week and through the championship in Tuscaloosa. For Russ Wood and everybody down in the truck and everybody assembled here at Pritchard Stadium, I'm Doug Holton saying so long for now. We join the Dick Van Dyke Show in progress.